It's the happiest time of the year, or for 4 years. It's Winter Olympics time. Fucking excited. Love them. I love the Winter Olympics. I love all of them. There's some I don't like, but I'm not going to tell you which. So we're recording just a couple of days in, and I'm pretty stoked. And a story just dropped this morning about one of the most heart-pounding and insane events at the Olympics, the ski jump, which is cool as hell. So I didn't know this until I read this story. Ski jumpers are obliged to wear very tight suits. Like, they don't just do it because they want to. They're actually apparently supposed to. So apparently any extra cloth on the suit, if it's a bit looser, it will add more surface area so you get more lift. So they don't like that. So it's got to be snug as a bug in a rug. And there was a nice little story. The Guardian reported that there was a study that said for every 2 centimetre increase in suit size circumference, you get 5% extra lift. So that can equate to nearly 6 metres in jump length potentially. So it makes a big difference, 2 centimetres. So not surprisingly, officials take this very seriously, the whole suit tightness thing. But of course, with this kind of potential advantage, some people will go to what you might call unusual lengths to get a little more cloth in their jumpsuits.
It's time for a little bit of science.
Yes.
I'm Will Grant, an Associate Professor in Science Communication at the Australian National University.
Wow. I'm Rod Lambert's a 30-year science communication veteran with the mind of a teenage boy, which I will prove to you soon.
And as well as that teenage boy bit that Rod has, we also have some fun with animals.
I got a little bit about another way the ocean wants to kill us.
I got some developments in robotics that aren't as bad as they seem. I've got some more benefits for feminism.
Oh, well, and after that, then we'll follow up with physics fight.
Physics fight?
Physics fight.
Oh, I just got to end. We've got some nice stuff in the mailbag.
We do.
So thank you very much, dear listener viewer, for your contributions there.
Yeah, look, there's tips for everyone in that.
So what is our friend doing to get more on the ski jump?
I love it. So
This is so predictable.
But it isn't. What I love about this is the subtlety.
Yes.
So the 2025 World Ski Championships, it all begins. Our story begins briefly. 2 gentlemen from the Norwegian Olympic ski jump team who were medalists were given 3 months suspensions. And their head coach and the assistant coach also banned for 18 months, and so was another member of the support crew. And it turns out what they'd done was they'd secretly adjusted the seams of their suits to get a little extra surface area. And naturally, the place that you're thinking is exactly where they did it, they adjusted it around the crotch. To which I reply, what?
Is this like they're doing like a full skatey guy drop crotch? Like
No,
it's
too
like,
obvious. It's just little subtle seam extensions.
I want to do skatey pants.
Just staggering up on the ski jump, and you get blown backwards and flipped onto your side. So apparently the groinular area is a prime candidate for sneaking in a little bit of extra cloth.
I don't know if groinular is a word.
It is in ski jumping terms. That's what they use.
It sounds like someone in the 70s in Australia said it's in your groinular.
Yeah,
Like a builder.
yeah, you got a
A builder comes over and says, "No, I can't fix your groinular, mate.
It's fucking
totally
blocked.
Brock's groinular."
I've got the wrong kind of drill bit for that. So the thing is, while it's a great place to do it because you can kind of smuggle a little bit of extra cloth.
It depends on what's already there. Like, I feel like if there is already so much, you can't smuggle more in. That might
Maybe
be a
you
challenge.
can. But I mean, that's the thing.
Is there always more?
Slightly extra seams, not tight enough. But it turns out they measure their suits using 3D data from scanners.
Of course they do.
And they start from the genitals, work up on the scanners. So it's not easy to game the system. Like, this is intense.
So hang on. So they're measured on a 3D scanner, nude or not nude? Like,
I'm hoping nude.
so you have
Let's
to
say
be,
nude.
So you go into scanner nude, and they're like, okay, you can have 1 millimeter, whatever, addition to your nudeness.
Your scrot space.
Oh, I was saying whole body here. I wasn't saying
Just the
Just there.
groinular area.
But-
I don't know. I'm assuming you were wearing pants because it's a civilised sport.
I just got to say, I'm not a fan of the enhanced games. I think that's not a
I'm
great...
all for it, whatever you can do.
But I totally think the whole elite sport where we have to define everything so precisely, it's never going to work. It's never going to work.
No. Well, when you're talking 2 centimetres, potentially adding nearly 6 metres, though, that's a lot.
Oh, it is.
6 metres is a lot.
Yeah.
I think it's about 90,000 feet.
Why don't
So
we
that's
just
a
go the
big
other
difference.
way?
Make it
Like,
tight.
just max it out. Like...
So you wear a parasail and you just disappear over the audience.
Wingsuit. Off you go.
He's gone.
Like, see if you can land in Australia.
An hour and a half later, we're like, no sign of him yet.
But actually, to pause this, a different sport, but it
Bowling.
has a similar effects going on here.
Lacrosse.
Javelin. Javelin is one of the very few sports, I won't confirm it's the only one, but one of the very few sports that will never beat the world record. Because the world record's set, I think, in the 70s.
By a dude with a rocket.
No. Basically, it's an aerodynamics thing. So the design of a javelin, you can put, it's like rifling on a bullet. Will allow it to go further.
Yeah.
And so there were a few things they did to javelins in the 70s that got them going a long way.
Yeah.
And they basically got to the limit of an Olympic stadium. So any further, and you're stabbing all of the spectators.
So now you're going to tie lead to your javelin.
And so basically they said, no, we've got to make crappier javelins that won't go as far.
Fuck's sake, do it out in a bigger stadium.
Yep, no. Sorry, buddy, but javelin can't fill a bigger stadium.
I want it to.
No. I'm sorry, lovers of javelin,
and there are many.
Some.
They are legion.
I don't think we're filling a 200,000 person stadium.
Well, just change the shape of it. Have a long, thin stadium for your throwing sports. And your ski jump.
But I think it's recognising that they're like, okay, there's an actual legit reason that we can't go any further. We could have the science of
somebody might get hurt.
How far can humans throw sticks? And it's like, we maxed it out. We shouldn't go any further.
No, we should not.
Too much danger.
No, reach for the stars and then keep reaching.
Reach for the stars.
Yeah, with your javelin.
So, yeah.
Maybe we could do that with this, but I think it changes the event. If you can actually fly, that changes the event.
Yeah, that's true.
That's my feeling.
Ski flying.
That's different. I'm into it, obviously, but I think that's different. They never do it on snowboards too. I reckon you really want to show how ballsy you are. Do the ski jump on a snowboard.
Sorry, snowboard guy, and I also am a snowboard guy. I'm sorry, but we're not getting nearly as far as a ski jump.
And the crash would be horrible. You just explode. There'd just be like a pink mist. There'd be nothing left.
But they do the drop crotch well.
Oh God, they wouldn't. So they might actually get blown off course. So yeah, apparently this 3D scanning thing starts from the lowest point in your genitals, scans up, hard to game, but people are trying, or at least rumours are now circulating that some ski jumpers are doing things, this is the gentleman, to temporarily make their ding-dongs bigger when they're scanned.
Well, there is a classic way of temporarily making a ding-dong
I know.
bigger.
Like take a dozen little blue pills and stagger in there.
Or just have a nice kiss and a hug with your significant other.
Oh, a cuddle and a naughty thought. And then get scanned. But you've got to maintain it. I don't know how long the scan takes.
It's not like a 5-hour scan.
I don't know. It's one way to make sure they get you a maximum curl.
I mean, not saying any. I mean, 5 would be fine for me, but like...
Oh, obviously. You're a strong man.
I mean, if it was an 8-day scan, maybe I'd tap...
I'll give you 6.
Seriously, there are classical ways of doing that. And I appreciate that might not...
It might vary per individual.
Jesus Christ, you did say you were juvenile in this.
I'm just the facts, just reporting the news. The things they were doing, things like putting clay into your undies,
Clay?
Why clay?
Clay?
It mimics the penis, obviously. That's why pots are so erotic.
It's really what they could find outside the scanner.
Oh, look, mud. That'll do. But my favourite, and this is why the story came out, injecting their penises with hyaluronic acid or paraffin.
Paraffin?
That's one of the options. I'm worried about the flammability, obviously. I don't want it bursting into flames. It gets hot down there.
It depends.
Flammable.
I can see some advantages.
Ooh, what are they?
I don't know.
I got a moment. I don't have to be anywhere. Start listening.
Oh, wow. Full commitment to the sport.
We're going to inject something into... No.
So who thinks of this? Is this like the head coach says, all right.
I'm going to say yes.
We've got a team meeting, everybody. Can we all gather around? Or is this...
I don't know. Obviously, with the Norwegians, not obviously, it would appear that, this is a collusion. There was more than just the one or two gentlemen getting there.
Suggestions from listeners? They're like, here's what you can do.
Also, my question is, what do the ladies do if they want to get a bit of extra, probably not paraffin?
Why not?
If you're a listener and a lady and you've done this, please tell us what you did, because I'd love to know how you make yourselves temporarily large enough.
I think they would need to do that anonymously because they're,
Oh, yeah, use a different email. Use your mother's email or your brother's. I don't mind. Brother's better, actually. So for boys, it puffs up your suit measurement a bit, and then obviously when you return to normal, it leaves you a bit of room in the suit.
Great.
So a German newspaper, the Bild, quoted a doctor on this. They broke the story apparently last year, and the doctor says, if you're going to ask a doctor, is this a good idea? I'm paraphrasing. The doctor says, quote, it is possible to achieve a temporary visual thickening of the penis by injecting paraffin or hyaluronic acid. Such an injection is not medically indicated and is associated with risks, which is a very German way of saying there's no reason to do this and it could fuck you up. Now the World Anti-Doping Authority, WADA, they've been asked to be on the lookout for penis tampering. And so the newspaper asked the Director General of WADA about it. And he says, look, I'm not aware this is happening. And though it's technically probably not doping, he says our list committee would certainly look into whether this would fall into the category. But I haven't heard about it until you just mentioned it. So as you say, I'm thinking, eat the Viagra. Like if you're going to do it, eat the Viagra and go, what? I really love getting measured. Sorry, Doc. It's just how I am. It's not an enhancement then.
Well, that's wonderful.
Isn't it?
I got some other wonderful news for you.
So much good news.
Well, no, this
Are you saying this is the podcast that brings the good news?
Maybe. But I like this one because this is one of those stories where it's like, maybe that's good news. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, that tone.
One of our pin-up species for the end of the world, climate change.
Cockroaches.
Well, no, they're going to survive, so they're not pin-up. That's
pin-up ones that won't make it.
Yeah, the pin-up of, the world's going to hell in a handbasket.
Your polar bears.
Your polar bears.
Yeah.
Your polar bears. There's been some critique of this, how we use images of polar bears, but polar bears are often used to illustrate climate change.
Look, climate change.
There's your polar bear. Suddenly,
Bouncing on an ice cube.
Suddenly they're in the Arctic and it's a tiny ice cube, or they're looking skinny, or they're sitting on a tropical beach somewhere
Having a cocktail.
a margarita. And if climate change did that, well, maybe it actually might.
No.
But there's some good news
won't.
and some interesting news here. So, yes, there are a bunch of different polar bear gangs around the world.
There are.
You got your Alaskans, your Canadians.
Your Crips, your Bloods.
You've probably got some Ruskies as well.
Jets.
They're all hanging about in the Arctic up there.
They are.
They go across the ice and they don't respect boundaries.
No.
But generally there's some around, Alaskaries, some in different parts of Canada.
Yeah.
And there's your Norwegians up in the archipelago of Svalbard. Now, the interesting thing is that while your Alaskans and your Canadian polar bears are getting skinnier, and scientists are a little bit worried about these, your Svalbard bears, they're getting fatter.
Hell yeah.
They're getting fatter. And
7-Eleven.
So there's a bunch of researchers up there. They've got 25 years of data on the 770 polar bears that they've
770?
I don't know if that's all of them or lots of them or
It's a
something.
shitload,
Because
though.
I imagine polar bears live for a little while. They're not like a 1 month species.
They're not like a butterfly. And they don't tend to hang in lumps, so bunches.
Yeah,
so that's a big spread of
I think up in Svalbard, your Norwegians like to check up on the polar bears. They're probably catching and releasing them, seeing what they're like. And
Catching and releasing.
yeah, of course they're releasing.
Hold still.
Hold still for a sec.
Because they're just big, fluffy, cuddly
Can we
things.
just put you on the scales for a little bit and see how chubby you are?
Stop struggling, you mauling bastard.
Now,
Yeah.
obviously, depends when they come out of their little igloo equivalent type thing. They're probably a bit skinnier than when they go in at the end of,
Summer?
autumn. Well, ish. Something around. They've eaten a lot and then they eat through a season and then they don't eat. But anyway, they're probably heavier. But anyway, 25 years of data, 770 polar bears. Now,
Wow.
this goes back to the 1990s. And so there was a dip in the first 5 years, so between the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
But from then on, the conditions of the polar bears have been improving. So this goes against the whole climate change
So
story.
they're not just fatter, they're conditioned. It's not just because they're eating lard.
Yeah, they're about 50 kilos heavier.
50?
Like on average. They're 400 kilo beasts.
To be fair, though, I went on a cruise to the Antarctic a few years ago, and I reckon I put on about 50 kilos.
Well, so maybe this is something like
get
that.
on
They've
the
all been
boats.
on a cruise.
They get on the boats.
They've all been sneaking around the Arctic. That's what it is. It's the Northwest Passage. So suddenly the polar bears are going on these
Look at all these boats.
These beautiful cruises.
Yeah, double dessert.
But this is what I love. People are like, well, what's going on? Because the major thing to take into account is that the struggle for polar bears in climate change is that their major diet is a particular type of seal called a ringed seal. And the ringed seal hops up on the ice.
Yeah, it says eat me.
Eat me. No, that's where they go to give birth and nurse their pups or to warm themselves and molt. And in polar bear language, that says eat me.
Yeah,
So
that's
problem is
bistro.
there's less ice, so there's less spots for the seals to go. So the polar bears have to travel further to find the seals and eat them.
So they should be getting skinnier.
So they should be getting skinnier. But they're not. And so scientists are like, what's going on here? And
Someone's bringing them seals.
someone's bringing them seals.
Here's another one.
So there's a couple of different possible solutions for this, but I did like this first one.
So they don't know. What you're telling me is they don't know.
There's a couple of theories. They know
course
this.
not.
These scientists just did the counting of the weight, and now they can speculate on the reasons. The one I did love is that the ice is shrinking, and the number of ringed seals around Svalbard is shrinking, but the remaining ones are bunched together. So it's like the ice has made like more of a little honeypot for the bears.
A
So
little
they're like,
concentrate.
well, why we don't have to go any further? We can eat these bastards.
Bigger bags of Doritos.
So I just love the idea that these bears they're seeing a honeypot of seals there, and it's actually easier for them. Like it's like
What could possibly go wrong?
it's like climate change has brought their favourite thing closer into them.
Yeah.
As one.
And for a short time, that's going to be great.
Yeah. Look, eat while the going's good. I think is the polar bear
So,
motto.
like I was listening earlier, this is also where they come together to give birth.
The seals.
Yeah, that should be fine.
Yes.
That should be fine.
Yes. Look.
Look, there's a tender one, there's an older one.
I don't think polar bears actually know about either ecosystems or chain of life.
No, they don't.
They have food and they have smaller food.
Yeah. More food, less food.
I assume they think tastier food for the babies?
They probably don't give a shit.
No. Every animal knows nice, tasty food versus
they're not discerning.
Polar bears, they prefer rings. So,
they prefer
another theory is that they might be dining out on a larger variety of creatures.
Sure,
so,
that makes sense.
They're mixing it up.
Your ring seal, your steak.
They don't love walrus and harbour seals, but they will do them if necessary, so maybe they're dabbling there.
I'm the same.
Or they're going land animals. They're popping inland to get some nice bird eggs or something like that.
Grab me a little wild boar. So, something.
Or it's the fact that we stopped hunting them.
Doesn't make them fatter.
That's true.
If anything, there'd be more of them.
That's true.
And less
It doesn't
food.
make them fatter.
We're not getting hunted anymore.
Maybe they were scared. They're running away.
Yeah, because I'm like, I wish they'd hunt me again because fuck, I'm getting fat. That's...
So look, it's a nice thing when the world is getting a lot worse. The cause of the nice thing might not be...
Let's not get into details.
Let's not get into details.
Let's not ruin it by asking questions.
But I do love the fact that these happy polar bears are just having their dinner brought closer to them by the shrinking ice.
How's things? Pretty good. Another ring seal? No, I'm fucking stuffed. Couldn't have another one. It's too many. I might have a baby. So the ocean wants to kill us all the time. You probably knew this. It has a motive and it wants us dead. So there are things in the ocean that want to kill us. We know that, many of them.
Sharks.
For example. Poisonous snakes. Leopard seals.
Yeah, well,
they really, really want to kill us. Or they kill everything, really. So lots of that. But the ocean itself wants to kill us too. Just the water.
Yeah.
And I don't just mean by drowning.
Take you down to Davy Jones' locker.
So anyway, December 22, 6-year-old woman dies. She's on an Antarctic trip on a boat. Boat was hit by a wave, smashed all his cabin windows, sent glass flying everywhere.
Oh.
It killed her and it injured 3 others quite badly.
That's horrible.
It was horrible. I'm not making light of that. But it wasn't just any kind of wave. It was what we call a rogue wave. I mean, it sounds cool. I assume there's movies made called Rogue Wave. And if they're not, please make one because I love a big wave movie.
I think it wasn't called Rogue Wave, but there was the George Clooney.
Perfect Storm.
Perfect Storm.
You mean Marky Mark?
Perfect Storm of Rogue Waves. Yeah, no, sorry, mate. That's a George Clooney movie with a backup from Marky Mark.
Marky Mark movie.
I don't mind the Marky Mark, but...
He's the worst actor in the world.
No, but...
Him and Ruby Rose, they're both terrible actors, but they do fine.
Yeah, but I'm not bothered. Like, I'm not there for if it's a Marky Mark movie, I'm not bothered because I'm here for the funny action.
And them guns.
Yeah, there's a lot of guns.
He's been working out.
Well, he's waking up at 2 a.m. in the morning to...
Yeah, no, 2 a.m. at night's too tight. What bothers me is he never brings along the Funky Bunch anymore. What happened to the Funky Bunch? So anyway, these things are rogue waves. And basically a rogue wave is a big-ass, unexpected and unpredictable single wave. It's not a bunch of big waves. It just suddenly goes whomp.
And also not a tsunami?
Not a tsunami.
So tsunami is like a big movement of ocean.
And go, and then when it hits the shore,
it's
crests.
It's just a regular wave.
Middle of the ocean. Suddenly, boom. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Unless you're that 62-year-old woman and others.
Oh, yeah, indeed. Yeah.
So, yeah, the thing is, big, unexpected, unpredictable, and it's not a series of them. It just goes woof and appears.
How big?
Oh, we're going to get to some numbers.
Oh, excellent.
And I'm going to give you real numbers.
You better give me in Sydney Harbours.
I will. 0.0071 diameters of Sydney Harbour. So until mid-last century, scientists thought rogue waves were a myth. Like, yeah, bullshit.
Why would they think that? Just because they hadn't seen them themselves?
Because of science.
No, like you get all these sea captain folk. You get Captain Ahab and he's like, I've bloody seen
a 9 million foot wave.
In bloody deed, I did.
Came at me like the god himself and then he lived.
You fought that one back weird. I've been in a whale.
I lost all my legs. So, yeah, exactly what you say. So, eyewitness accounts from returning seafaring folk.
Scientists were arseholes.
Well, this is what I love about it. So, like, they were getting these very credible dudes. Like, there was a 19th century French guy. He was a...
That's about the most credible you can get?
Well, this guy had a lot of credibility. He's an explorer. He's a Navy officer. His name's...
French explorer.
Yeah, French explorer. You're right. French explorer. Jules de Monderville. So, he made a name for himself as a botanist and a cartographer. Good at botany and...
That's what you got.
And mapping.
In fairness, you say explorer... You've got to be a bit of cartographer because otherwise you're a wanderer. Like you're just going, some stuff.
You could have at least written it down.
And everyone's like, where? And he's like, over there.
From where I was. I've done a drawing. There's some squiggly lines.
There was this.
And there be dragons. Then you turn left.
I had dinner there.
And I think I had lunch there a couple of weeks later, but I'm not positive. But I drew a picture of both meals. So he'd apparently been sailing around the world doing really good things cartographically
And botanically.
But then, along with everything else, he says, I've seen rogue waves of over 100 feet, so like 30 metres, which is a fuck ton of water.
Yeah, that's a lot of wave.
Like I've seen on the ocean probably about 7 metre swells.
Yeah.
And you notice.
Oh, totally. And in the beach, if you're seeing anything over 2 or 3 meters, you're like, God damn, that is some
I think
wave.
We might go further inland.
Yeah, indeed. So
he also had 3 eyewitnesses who said, yeah, we've seen these things as well, but everyone said, no, that's bullshit.
Can I just pause for a second?
Sure.
And not to claim that he didn't. Estimating the height of a wave, and here I also think, you go to YouTube and you go, world's biggest wave, as everyone goes. No, but you would look at those surfers surfing the giant waves.
Oh, in Portugal.
Off Portugal. And you look at them and you go, nah, can't tell. I cannot tell. Like, I've got no reference points and I can't.
No.
Like,
you
if
do
I
have
saw,
that tiny little dot with a white stripe behind it there. That's a human.
But unless you gave me a proper 3D feeling for it, I'm like, which bits are flat, which bits are high.
You're like a cartographer's assistant holding a rod in the water.
I do. I'm just like,
please hurry.
I need
Take
something.
this measurement quickly.
I need a proper measurement. Like, I just can't see the height of it. Like, a tall tree, you can go, against a human, I can get all that because I know trees go vertical.
Yes.
But a wave is such a 3-dimensional object.
Yeah, it's tricky.
That it's really hard to actually see what a 100-foot, 30-meter wave actually looks like.
I think when you're looking up and you see water and you keep looking up and you see water.
But you're never looking up. Waves are not vertical. Like a big wave.
But if you're at the bottom of it, then you can look up at it.
Here, for a video podcast, people, we're putting some angles on this. Like,
I've moved my hand and Will's moved his hand as well.
I've seen some big waves, not a rogue wave. But I'm like, yes, somewhere between 0 and 30.
And infinity.
Of any unit. Like, I got nothing.
But see, your experienced sea captains, French or otherwise,
okay,
they know how to do it.
Yeah, okay, fair
enough. They know how to do it. So he says, about 100 feet. Not only was he dismissed, even the French PM at the time said, bullshit.
The French PM.
The Prime Minister.
Weighed
himself went,
no.
This guy's he's an idiot. Stick to plants and drawing pictures of where you had lunch.
Why does the Prime Minister weigh in?
I don't know. French PMs, they got a lot of time on their hands.
Maybe it's like a shock jock said, what do you reckon about the 100-foot wave?
Said he's bullshit.
Like, they're just asking questions, so.
Yeah, exactly. Just curious. So why did people not believe him? This is back to what you said about the scientists. The standard linear models that oceanographers, engineers and meteorologists use to predict wave heights ruled out the possibility. The model said, no, it's not possible.
Yeah, but...
So the model said it couldn't exist, so of course it couldn't.
Yeah, but Rutherford. I think Rutherford's got things to say here.
Didn't he do something with retorts?
Retorts? No, Rutherford comes in.
And a Bunsen burner?
No.
We'll get to Rutherford. Well, I don't know anything about Rutherford in this. This is about rogue waves, man. So anyway, there were very few eyewitness accounts at the time, probably because most people didn't live to come back and tell you about the rogue waves.
Yeah, it's a an anti-survivor bias.
Yeah, like I got a wooden boat and some canvas sheets and I'm honking around.
It's like why Cthulhu could still be down in the Southern Ocean.
Not could.
Yeah, well, kills everyone that comes close. It's like you can't have evidence.
Prove it. Show me who's seen you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is similar. So then in the 20th century, we get the steel-hulled boats. More people start surviving. They come back and go, no, seriously, man, that was really big. Like, we were worried. But then the first scientific article about them, and they called them freak waves, was in 1964.
Okay.
So it's the first time they really started talking about it. Scottish oceanographer Lawrence Draper. So basically, he was looking at analyses made by British weather ships in the North Atlantic, and at that time, the highest rogue wave...
They're catching weather?
They're catching weather.
I mean...
For England.
I think they could catch fish at the same time. Because I think that's what...
No, weather only. This is demarcation.
I feel like that's what a fishing boat is doing, catching some weather and catching some fish.
No, it's a weather boat. We're only here for weather. If you catch a fish, you've got to put it back, and if it dies, it's on you. Comes out of your pay. The highest wave they recorded was about 20 metres, so 67-ish feet. So that's in the 60s. So Draper writes in 71, far from ridiculing the old sailors' stories about enormous waves, modern researchers confirmed that such monsters can occur and that wave heights can exceed by an appreciable amount the maximum values which have been accepted in responsible circles. So shut up, you modelling bullshit heads.
In responsible circles?
Yeah, so it's like, fuck off, you wankers. Basically, your models are garbage and stop believing that what you think is just absolutely true. I think that's the paraphrase.
Yeah.
So to summarise, a rogue wave will surge out of nowhere, often in an unpredictable direction, and it can look basically just like a great big steep wall of water. And the technical definition of one is any wave more than twice the height of the waves surrounding it.
Yeah.
So that's a rogue wave.
Yeah, that's fine.
More than twice the height.
That's like a skyscraper.
Yeah.
It's got to be higher.
Any building that's at least twice the height of the buildings around it.
Yeah, I think that's the definition.
It is. That's what all architects say. But the first real measurement of a rogue wave wasn't until January 1995.
What's your real here?
Well, they used a laser detector.
Good. No, they didn't. You're going to say
No, they actually did.
Okay, good. Attached to what? And
a drill platform, the Draupner oil
there you
drilling
go.
platform.
You got something plugged into the ground
that just sits at a level. Yes.
Yeah.
And then you got your laser, and it goes, big ass wave.
Shit, that wave's bigger than us.
Yeah, a lot. About 100 miles off the coast of Norway, 160 kilometres. The platform was built to withstand a wave of about 20 metres that they thought probabilistically would occur once every, say, 10,000 years. Because, fuck it, why not?
Sure.
I'm going to say, let's say 10,000 years. Can't be that often. It's a rogue. How often do you see a rogue? So the one that hit them was 26 metres. Not 19 and
Not
a half.
19. Bit bigger than 19.
Yeah.
26 metres. There's a lot of water. That is a lot. Like, if you think the room that you are in right now, listener, like, it's probably...
Not even, maybe two and a bit.
It's probably not 26 metres high.
No, it'd be less. Anyway, so this thing was more than 25% higher than they were expecting, but not a lot of serious damage.
Hey, there you go.
So that's pretty good. Oil platform. And in this case, mercifully so.
Yeah, well, fair enough.
So at the time, the Draupner wave, named after the platform...
They gave it a name?
Yeah, after the platform, Draupner.
But how do you tell them apart?
Well, the accent, the time, the place, you ask them their name. So this wave defied all previous models that any scientist had put together about possibilities for rogue waves. So that was in 95. Then in 2000, from the company that owned the platform, Stat Oil, they put out a paper saying, look, far from being ultra rare, rogue waves were more frequent than previously believed in prior models, which has been confirmed since then.
Once in 10,000 years.
Yeah, a bit less than that, apparently more often. And the same year, a British boat recorded a 95-foot rogue wave, 29 metres, off the coast of Scotland. And none of the theoretical models predicted such a wave under the conditions that they saw them in.
I knew.
So all the models were horseshit. This is in pre-2000. So they went from none of this stuff was predicted by the models at the time. The wisdom became then that there could be as many as 10 rogue waves shazamming around the world's oceans at any one time.
10?
To which I replied...
At any one time?
Based on what?
So
okay, 10.
They're just wandering around.
Well, look, there's one.
I like that.
I think it's garbage too, because I reckon it's probably more because they're always more conservative because they don't want people freaking out.
11.
Exactly. But that would freak people out.
11.
That would scare the
horses. You
horses.
publish your paper. I reckon 11.
12. How far could this go? But anyway, so a lot more than one every 10,000 years.
Yeah, definitely.
Constantly, at least 10 around the world's oceans. So that's 2000. 2007, so the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, they put together a list of the 50 historical maritime incidents they thought were most likely due to rogue waves. They went, hang on, let's look back a bit here.
Titanic?
Probably, no.
Lusitania?
Yeah, no. The
U-boat?
Yep. Das Boot.
Yeah, Das Boot. Yeah.
Das Boot definitely is a rogue wave.
Hunt for Red October.
Yeah, the Crazy Ivan. Top of the hour, he always pulls a Crazy Ivan. Come on, do your research. So they were saying, just one example was there was a mysterious loss of a bunch of ships. One was the cargo ship MS München.
Is that like a Bermuda Triangle thing? Like,
yes.
I feel like...
That's what this turns into. It's not your Sargasso Sea.
Solve the Bermuda Triangle.
Rogue wave! More than every 10,000 years. So the München in 1978, they thought it was unsinkable. Sounds familiar.
No, it's great to say that.
Never. This boat's unsinkable. I'm not getting on it. I'm not going to get on in the harbour.
No, I'm totally like that is so cool. Like the instant someone has declared it unsinkable, it's like we're in for a ride here. This is going to be a full on. What's the movie where the boat tips over and they have to cut out of the hull?
Poseidon Adventure.
Poseidon, like that's what we're going for.
But the original, not the remake. The original was Shelley Winters.
Shelley, who's that?
She was a star of the Poseidon Adventure, along with a bunch of Rat Pack dudes.
Yeah, it was a Rat Pack thing. Yeah.
Clark Gable.
I don't know your actors from back in your time.
This is between the times. So they thought it was unsinkable, but the ship and the entire crew were lost at sea. And the only wreckage or remnant was a single lifeboat from the starboard side that was found floating, wreckage form, no people. And that was the first physical evidence. And one
Ishmael, like at the end of Moby Dick. Like
one
guy saying, this is what happened.
It's me. No one. And it's the first physical evidence of the force of a rogue wave.
Maybe.
That's what they reckon. The damage to the lifeboat was that because of where it was sit on the boat, they reckon that means the ship was probably hit by a wave that was about 20 metres high because of where it was sitting on the thing. So that was 2000. Oh, that was 1978, but they talked about 2007. So just flashing forward, November 2020, a freak wave lifts a lone boy off the coast of British Columbia. So a freak wave makes this a lone boy. I'm a lone boy. Anyway, off the coast of British Columbia, 17.6 metres, they reckon. And it was dubbed the Youclue wave. Youclue wave from the area.
You should have practiced that one.
So a physicist from Uni Victoria says, look, proportionally, this wave is likely the most extreme rogue wave ever recorded. Not because of its absolute height, but because of its relative height to the waves around it. Because it was probably 3 times higher rather than your 2 times Daupner wave, the original one on the platform.
Yeah.
So triple. So only a few rogue waves in high sea states have ever been observed directly at this point. This is 2020. So they're like, holy fuck, this is unusual. So yeah, in 2020, there's also a study that predicted that wave heights in the North Pacific will increase with climate change. So sweet as hell. So this Youclue wave might not hold its record for very long, which is excellent. Oh, and also there might be super rogue waves.
Super rogue waves?
Fuck yeah. So they're the ones that save humanity by defending us against other things.
Nice. They turn
volcanoes.
Good. In the end, they turn good.
There's a volcano. Super rogue wave will fix us.
What is this like a rogue wave combined with a tsunami or something?
It's just fucking mega waves. I reckon, like, there are scientists from ANU, our own or former current Australian National University, Hamburg University of Tech, and University of Turin. They demonstrated the possibility of these 2012 using a Lego pirate ship. I love that it's a Lego pirate ship, not just a ship, pirate ship.
No, that's what you do.
Of course you do. You decorate it. So, yeah, they proved that you could get waves. They used this in a fish tank. They published this and they said, look, it could get bigger. And there was research in 2024 suggested these waves could be up to 4 times higher than previously thought possible.
Oh, I thought that.
And what I'm not sure about if 4 times higher means 4 times higher than what was previously thought, which is at least twice the height of the world around it, which means 8 times higher. Or do they just mean they can go to 4 times
or
higher?
As high as anyone thought previous.
Ever.
Like everyone's like, some guy reckons, well,
2
old mate
million
French
miles.
guy says 100 foot, and it's like 400 foot.
400 at least.
And then we can go, well, we thought that, and now 1,600 foot.
Yeah, which is about 19
I'm just doing
kilometres,
multiplication
right?
here.
You're good at this. So the takeaway message for me is never leave the land, ever, and actually don't even go near the water's edge, even near lakes, because I didn't get into this, but some of the big lakes, like the Great Lakes, even they have them too.
Yeah.
Rogue waves.
Okay, here I'll give you a bit of why I'm saying Rutherford. Rutherford obviously did some key experiments in the early 20th century that demonstrated that light behaved both as a particle and a wave.
What?
The gold experiment is one of them. But the point being that a wave combines. So any type of wave, whether it is light or sound or water and other, misc,
Gas.
No.
Emotions.
You could have a wave in emotions, like a Mexican wave
And they can combine.
Yeah. So what this is the particles themselves don't move, except they don't move forward or backwards, but they move in a pattern that makes other particles move. So, for example, sound is one particle moves forward a little bit, bangs into the particle next to it, and then that bangs into the particle next to it. So the energy is transferred.
Like your Newton's cradle.
Yeah, like in Newton's cradle. So the energy is transferring. Similarly, potentially with light, if you understand it that way. Sound is a great example. Water is a great example. So water waves, they're moving in kind of a circle and it picks it. But the point being that waves from different sources can combine.
Yes.
So what they're doing is you get a wave that might be, whatever it is, 10 centimetres high, and then when they overlap, they get to 20 centimetres high. And if you get conditions right, then you can overlap and overlap and overlap. So you get really high rogue waves.
Absolutely.
So all this whole, it was unpredictable, impossible to, there are a lot of models of wave physics that say waves combine. Just because we haven't seen them doesn't mean that we can't imagine that happening.
And that has come up, or did come up in some of the stuff I read, but it didn't come up until remarkably late.
That's weird. We could have
And by
solved it.
late, I mean this century.
The 21st?
Yes. For those of you listening in the future.
A bunch of very helpful scientists. They're from New York University, robotics researchers, and they've released 3D printable e-flesh.
I like
So anyone who wants
Could
can
I put
now...
it, asking for a friend, could I put it on a replica of a human?
You could.
Anywhere on the replica of the human?
You definitely could. So,
I'll let him know.
The point that they've released the source code here, so that
E-flesh.
if you have a 3D printer, you can print out some e-flesh whenever you want. And
What do you mean by you mean meat? You can print human skin meat.
No.
Human meat.
No. Okay. So the point here of e-flesh, and I just like this story, in part because it's a nice innovation, and in second part because this is a nice, generous thing that these people are doing.
Yeah.
But in third part, the name e-flesh is just...
Yeah, like, what is... what does that mean?
Well, okay. What does flesh mean to you?
Well, I don't want to tell you.
Well, what are the bits of flesh? Like, you can tell me.
Your muscle, your fats, your meats.
Yeah, what are they
doing?
What are they doing?
They're making me feel good.
Making you feel
They're holding my organs in.
holding your... It's just the wrapper for you.
They're providing a pathway for my blood vessels and nerves. Flesh to me is like a steak is flesh.
A steak is flesh. A steak is definitely flesh.
Good flesh.
Okay. So there's a lot of work replicating muscles in different ways. And obviously, robotics engineers are really trying to find ways that we can achieve the same things as muscles, because muscles are really good. Look at how quickly you can move your hands
they're clever.
right now.
Muscles are clever.
Like, wow. And you look at these modern robots, and they're like some dinky little metal thing.
His finger move. Yeah.
This e-flesh is not about movement, but about sensing. And it does something really...
It has nerves.
Well, no, not really. It's the fascinating thing.
Oh.
So this is 3D printable, and you can use materials that are available in all sorts of 3D printers. It's basically in the shape of
your red, green, blue, yellow.
the plastics.
Yeah.
But what it does is it does the things that flesh does when you're grabbing something. It's soft enough that it can grab onto a glass.
Yeah.
Also, it senses when it is grabbing onto something. It knows when it's getting touch, and it knows when it's getting pressure. It knows when it's got enough pressure to hold
hell
on to.
yeah.
So what it's doing is it's getting a sensor coming through
Feedback.
through the whole flesh that is coming back to the sensors at the back end of the metal finger grips, so that it can grab it. And so
it's getting, what do you call it? Propriocept? No. There's a better one. It's
touch.
Yeah, and that's
Touch.
that feedback that says...
But and this is the thing. So often you see metal clamps with a robot, and it doesn't know when to start and stop. It might go to a certain distance, or it might go when it reaches a certain pressure. But these things have both the ability to go softly in the way that flesh does,
and then know when to pull back.
and then know when, and it can sense throughout a 3D lattice where things are pushing. And I look, this is a small story, but it made me feel happy that
that's cool.
These people are printing out stuff that can go onto the laser
cool.
robot, and we're going to get more.
That's cool. That is cool. I'm not upset by that. I was hoping to be.
I know, but
do you know? And
is it a good name or a bad name?
E-flesh is a great name because it will be adopted by the pornographic industry, and that means shitloads of money will go into it. I'm only and actually I'm not joking at all. It's true. That sort of stuff will get put into your devices for personal pleasuring. And that will accelerate.
And pausing, but there is a lot of legitimate devices for personal pleasuring.
There are.
Do
what you want.
No. So, do what you want. But no, there's also,
Oh, I know there's more. There's therapeutic benefits and other things as well. But what I mean is quite literally, like many technologies, if porn can use it, it's going to get cash and it's going to get investors.
So there you go.
Just reality.
That's e-flesh. You can download some right now and make your own in any shape you want.
That I'm not going to do. I don't have a printer.
That's because your skills.
I don't have a
That's
printer.
Your skills.
I don't have the skills.
I had a little one here for you. It's a bit of yay feminism. I built it for you.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you a story about a trait that has been billed for a long time, both in popular literature and
unpopular literature.
Scientific literature.
That's what I said.
Yes, indeed.
You're right.
As a blokey trait, a masculine trait, something that skews more for the boys. And happily, it's been claimed back as, nah.
Lady footy.
Nah, buddy, everyone can play. Everyone can play. Do you want to have a guess?
Is it a sport?
No.
It's a character or a physical property?
Character trait?
Aggression.
No.
Horniness.
No. There would be studies there that
long view.
Long view, the longue durée. No.
Emotional awareness.
Close.
Anger.
Autism.
That's what I meant.
Has been historically viewed as a condition that affects men and boys more frequently than women and girls.
But women are taking back the night. Well done, you.
The DSM-5. The Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, number 5.
Not 5R.
I don't know about that.
Could be R.
Yeah, like there's been a few diagnostic and statistical manuals.
There have been one or two.
And number 5 is just the one that I'm quoting from now. Says that for every 4 males diagnosed with autism,
4.
only 1 female receives a diagnosis.
So they're being ripped off.
Yes or no. Or
Diagnosis now. We want a vote and we want diagnoses.
Maybe.
Well, they got one of them.
Maybe. So it's pretty well established in the psychiatric, psychological literature out there that autism has been a condition that
It's been considered boys. Yeah.
It's been considered a boy thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And the rates were about 4 to 1. So for every 4 boys that are diagnosed, there's 1 girl. So it's just rarer, not non-existent, but just rarer to be diagnosed in girls.
Yeah.
But the Karolinska Institute in Sweden.
I love them.
They always do great stuff.
They do some of the freakiest shit, and they have done for years.
But they're, I mean, a great institute of
They are.
epidemiology, public health. Like, you know, they just did...
Teeth studies, stuff to do with bums, autism.
I don't know about the bums.
Oh, they do butt work. The Karolinska Institute butt studies. Famous.
I don't know if that's true.
Famous.
I don't know that you shouldn't say things like that.
Look it up.
Not,
Get back to us online.
I don't know. Now, probably one person has once done it, and then you might be right. But you don't. And look, the butt is a wide area. So
Speak for yourself. The butt is a wide area.
what they went and did, they went and looked at the medical records of more than 2.7 million Swedish folk
Oh, damn.
born between 1985 and 2020.
I'm just going to say before we get into it,
How many Swedish folk were born between 1985 and 2020?
just Swedes. They're a particular kind of human. Carry on.
Yes, indeed. Swedes are certainly a particular kind of human.
Because for starters, all babes. Boys, girls, ugly, young, old, all hot.
Boys, girls, ugly.
Boys, girls, young, old.
You
all
said
hot.
ugly.
Oh, I meant other.
I mean,
the ugly ones are hot.
Look, to be honest, all humans, you know,
to you, they're
are
beautiful.
lovely, wonderful people, beautiful people.
No, Swedes are actually pretty.
Yeah, but
all
are you saying the ugly Swedes are...
They're still babes. They're better looking than anyone I've ever met in this country ever.
There you go. That's positive racism.
Study that, the Karolinska.
The positive racism.
They're not a race, but I see what you're saying. Okay, so 2.7 million Swedes.
2.7 million Swedes.
Which is 90% of their population.
I think it's pretty much probably, I don't have it here, most of the Swedes born between 1985 and 2020. So, Sweden is a 10 to 20 million, who knows?
That's good.
King of Sweden once measured the population of the country and he was deeply depressed by the result. I think, like, this
What? Do you mean like in 1017 or
No,
something?
not that far back, like 1810 or something like that. He said, let's invent statistics, and to invent statistics, we'll measure the population of the country. And he was like, I reckon the population is going to be like 20 million. And it came back at like
It's 400, sire. 400.
And he was like, why did I invent you? Like,
That's not stats. That's counting.
No, that is stats. Like, that's what counting is. Stats. The science of the state. Anyway, the science of the state is statistics. That's what stat means.
Okay.
Anyway, he counted. He was really sad because it wasn't nearly as many as he thought. But anyway, probably 2.7 million. It's probably close to it. It's probably all of them. Males were typically diagnosed with autism at much higher rates than females during childhood.
Right.
But over time, this levels out so that things are pretty much equal in their first few years. So just to go straight to the results here.
Yeah.
When they're first getting diagnosed, it is close to like 4 to 1. And most diagnoses happen in childhood. So when kids are like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
right,
there's a whole bunch more boys that are getting diagnosed.
Yeah.
But over the long haul, it evens out and it becomes... From teenage years, it starts to even out, and then into the 20s and 30s, it becomes basically women are getting diagnosed way more at that point. So that over the lifespan, it's about 1 to 1. So it's not a boy thing at all. And finally, I mean, this has been a suspicion that many people have had.
So it's when they're diagnosing, they don't bother to check 20-year-old, or they
So
didn't?
this is the question. So this involves both cohort effects. So we're going back to 1985. So there was different diagnoses back in the 1990s compared to 2000. So there's a few things going on there like that. But the suspicion at the result of this study is that it's not unreasonable to assume on the end results of this that men and women, boys and girls, males and females, all have about the same rates of autism going on. So it is not a male condition. It just seems to be, through a variety of reasons, potentially noticed more in boys. Potentially. It could be things like one of the indicators is linguistic ability. social ability, they can be higher in girls, particularly in the
youngers,
in the childhood sort of era. So,
or more to the point, lower in boys.
Lower in boys, yeah. So we're noticing it more in boys. There's a bunch of different things. It could be that the way autism manifests is just not seen in girls. It could be that teachers aren't primed to look for it in girls. They see a certain thing and they're like, okay, I can see that in a boy.
Of course you'd have that bias. It's like, well, she knows what's going on because she's a girl. There's boys obviously going to be a dundering idiot because emotions are broken for boys anyway. But expectations is what I mean.
So expectations, would be part of that. But I think it's a fascinating result to say, actually, whilst we have both a stereotype in society and we literally have a diagnostic bias to assume that it is more boys, males, men, that actually, if we're just looking, and this is just looking at assigned at birth, simple ideas of gender, that it's actually probably in both genders there equally. So
this is where we say, ladies, you're welcome.
Yeah, yay feminism.
I agree.
Everyone can be part of the tent. What do we do about that?
Embrace.
Acknowledge. There you go.
Now, look, I'm calling this a physics fight, but it's more like a slow burn impending physics fight. Pitch is made from the leftovers or the byproducts of distilling crude oil. So you get this gunky, heavy goo.
It's the crappy bits at the bottom. You can't. You can use it for roads and shit, but you can't run a plane on it.
No, and you can't drink it. Only once.
Or not even very slowly drink it.
Yeah, it'd be like drinking rocks.
I think, yes, the challenge with drinking it is not what it does when it gets to your stomach. It's getting it into your mouth.
Like try and get it there. So if you hit it, if you get a chunk of pitch at room temperature, hit it with a hammer, it'll shatter like a...
Yeah, like glass?
Like glass, like a rock. But it's actually technically a liquid.
Yes, proved by friends of mine, the University of Queensland.
Oh, that's coming up.
We're very keen on this one. Get taught this. We land in the university in first year undergraduate, and no matter your discipline...
English, I'm going to tell you about this.
No matter the discipline, this is our favourite thing.
I have to say, I'm not shocked to hear this. And for those of you who don't know what the fuck he's talking about, hold on, what a wild ride. So it turns out, although it is actually a liquid, it was apparently not easy to convince students of this back in the 1920s.
Yeah, because they would obviously fight
at the Uni of Queensland.
They were obviously, no way.
That is not a liquid, sir.
There was
no.
multiple hundred people debates about this.
At least. I actually think Brisbane got destroyed.
There was a riot. Yeah, there's definitely...
Like this professor said...
Pitch is a liquid riot.
Yeah, it's exactly what happened. So 1927, Cambridge graduate, veteran of World War I, and the first Youclue physics professor, a guy called Thomas Parnell. Yes. He wanted to show his students that if you...
I studied in the Parnell building.
Did you really?
I did.
Did you do physics?
Yeah.
Fuck, you're so science.
Yeah.
Last time I did physics was...
Before that.
The past. So he wanted to show his students that if you watched pitch for long enough, it would flow like a liquid. So he takes a glass funnel, a sealed bottom on it, pours some pitch in, and he waits. This is in 1927.
So you say pour, but he's heated it up here.
Well, he put it in, sits it there. Yeah, he's emplaced pitch in this glass funnel that's sealed at the bottom. Leaves it for 3 years until it kind of gets down towards the stem or settles. 1930, he cuts the bottom of the stem.
When did he start?
He put it in 1927. In 1930, he actually cuts the bottom off the stem to let the pitch flow.
Indeed.
So the pitch drop experiment
I hope there was like a parade. Let the pitch flow.
There really was. Like there were nudists and acrobats. It was amazing.
Yeah, Queensland was famous for nudists and acrobats in the 1930s.
Still is. Joe Bjelke-Peterson was in charge in the 1930s, wasn't he?
I think he started in the 1830s.
And went through to
1988.
Till Expo.
Yeah, of course. He made it to Expo.
He did. So did this experiment. So
longer.
Oh, I hadn't finished. Good. I know. So the thing with pitch is it's depending on the temperature in the room it's in, 100 billion times thicker than water, which is a lot thicker than water. 100 billion is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So that meant when you say to your students, if you wait long enough, you'll watch it.
And students are known for their patience.
They really are. And so long enough is quite long. So he cuts the thing in 1930. The first drop actually plooped out of it in 1938.
Yeah, cool.
So 8 years, boom.
But it's a drop.
It dropped. Now, I think, obviously, most of the students who were there for the original opening of this, probably died by then.
8 years
Boredom.
Is not the...
Queensland years. That's about 50 in normal years.
I don't think it is.
It's pretty rough up there, particularly in the early 20s.
Yeah, but we're staring at the sun more.
We should, because it's going to come and get you. So that was 1938, first drop. 1961, 3 drops later, a new lecturer, a guy called John Mainston, takes over the experiment after a colleague said, there's this thing in the corner gathering dust.
Was it gathering dust?
Apparently he was sort of sitting in a cupboard not plooping.
Yeah, but I get, it's a university. They're like, well, nothing's happening with that, but don't throw it out.
Yeah, we got this and a particle accelerator. Which thing do you want to play with?
Well, or more, just don't throw shit out because,
don't throw shit out. Not in the physics department.
It's not to, not to tell stories about where we have both worked, but, there's the cupboard full of stuff that may contain some contraband,
And things from the past.
Yeah, things from the past.
Some of the past had a different OH&S principle.
Indeed they did.
You're right. I've heard. I don't know if that's true. It's unverifiable. So eventually Mainstone said, let's put this out on display in the university. So this became an actively, you've probably seen it.
I totally have.
You've seen it. Okay. Because William went to the University of Queensland. So Mainstone was a custodian of this experiment for 52 years, which is a long time to custode.
I mean, it's not doing much. He doesn't have to feed it.
You don't know how dedicated he was.
He doesn't have to, take it for a walk or something every night.
It's every day, though, he checked in on it. So the bummer is he never saw an actual drop.
52. Oh.
That doesn't mean no drops happened.
Drops happened, but
he never caught one. So 1979, the sixth drop fell.
Because as much as you could go, okay, it's getting thinner. It could be, is it tonight or is it like 6 months
14
away?
years from now.
No doubt.
So, 1979, the sixth drop fell, but it was on a weekend. Obviously, he was at home.
Well, indeed.
Like cooking
Has anyone
turkey.
seen a drop?
Oh, yeah. So it was the sixth drop. Seventh drop, 1988 at the Brisbane World Expo.
I told ya. Together. Just to quote the greatest slogan of Queensland ever, together we'll show the world. Like,
and you did. Look at this.
We exist, you
Look, world, stuff, things.
It's the most aggressive slogan I've ever heard.
But also empty.
Yeah.
We'll show them.
We'll show you.
We'll show you. You bastards. So that was the seventh drop. That fell at the 1988 Expo, but Mainstone had popped off to get a drink, so he didn't see it. 2000, he missed the eighth drop because there was a live feed attached to it, but a thunderstorm apparently disrupted the feed.
Oh.
So I assume he was staring at the TV going, but he missed it. When the ninth drop fell, April 2014, there were 3 webcams on it. There were a whole bunch of people watching, online enthusiasts. Everyone was into it. But Mainstone missed this one because he was a bit dead. Oh. He died 8 months earlier.
Oh.
So he never actually saw one drop.
In all fairness to him, the actual dropping is probably a very anticlimactic moment.
Yeah, but
can you imagine? You're all sitting there waiting. You're like,
This is it.
Ding.
Oh,
I thought it makes it sound a little bit more like glass. But anyway.
It probably does.
It's not like the thing has a giant orgasm in front of you that you're like, wow, okay, you did
That's
your thing.
long, though. Like Sting has never orgasmed for that long or built that long to it.
No, I think he did.
Unless he's doing it now.
I think he did.
Still now.
No, he had a 9-year one once.
And at the end of it, I bet it didn't just go tink.
Sting, if you're listening, let us know.
Tell us about your 9-year, the result. So, as of January 19th this year, 2026, only 9 drops have fallen. The last one was 2014.
Oh, so we're due.
Of course.
Overdue.
But
we're running out of pitch at the top. Are we topping up the pitch?
But there's enough.
Okay.
There's enough. And it also, it's slowed down.
I mean, have you looked at the pictures? I
don't look at pictures. This is a verbal medium.
I'm just saying, it's not like there's 500 kilos of pitch. It's like
No. It's a funnel. It's a glass funnel.
Yeah.
It's not a glass nuclear bunker. There's not a lot.
Yeah.
Also, the rate has slowed since the 80s because they started air conditioning the building.
Oh.
So it started at about 1 every 8 years and then slowed down.
Stuff was tougher before. Anyway.
Before air conditioning, things were better worse. Now, I said this is about a fight. There was a fight, though. So there's a brewing fight. So this is billed as the world's longest continually running lab experiment. So the Guinness World Records lists it as one, and so do many other sources, including the one that brought this to my attention. Science Alert, I believe. So, an august, credible force. But in 2013...
It would be hard to make a new experiment in 2013 that was the world's longest.
Oh, no. They didn't make it. But a long-forgotten experiment, quote, with pitch, came to light.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So there's a glass funnel filled with a heap of ultra-viscous pitch at the Aberystwyth University in Wales.
Aberystwyth.
Yeah, Aberystwyth. And the date on that is April 23rd, 1914. 13 years older.
Suspiciously written date just there.
This is what I'm saying. Part of me is like, So the pitch is stiffer, and so far not a single drop has fallen. So
well, they're a stiff pitch country over there.
They really are the Welsh.
I mean, in fairness,
it's a bit chillier there.
Wales versus Queensland.
Yeah, they're different. Different foods, accents slightly diverge.
Yeah.
So apparently the pitch has barely entered the stem of the funnel, even though it's been there 13 years longer. And the best estimates are it's unlikely to do its first drip for at least 1,300 years.
So
So what I'm hearing is bizarre physicist desk ornament. I'm not hearing experiment.
And people don't throw out stuff a lot more there.
They really don't, because it's Wales. Look, I agree with you. I sort of thought, is the label true? Is the label true? Is it? I don't know. And long forgotten, I mean, the Queensland one's been watched the whole time, so I believe that one.
Yeah.
But this one, not so much.
Yeah. You know, I feel like this is like your modern movement in psychology that says you gotta push your hypotheses out before you do your study, so you're not p-hacking.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to p-hack. Well, I don't know if they're p-hacking. I just don't know if it's even true. But regardless, what this means is there's a disagreement about the longest-running lab experiment. And so I say, look to the horizon and make no mistake, there's a very slow war coming between different physics departments. Mark my words, it's coming. It might take 1,300 years,
Love it.
But it's coming.
Hey, one tiny fact about Aberystwyth.
Tell me.
More books per head of population than any other town in the world.
Is it all the same book?
It's just the mayor. The mayor published his memoirs.
And everyone's got 400 copies.
No. They've got a big international relations thing. They love reading books there. They're a book mad little town.
Good for them. So you're attached to both places that are going to have this brawl.
Well, I never did get to Aberystwyth, but
you feel like you did.
Well, that's been your little bit of science. I just wanted to hit the mailbag.
Hit the mailbag.
From the beautifully named Wisdom Couraged 9326.
Wisdom Couraged.
Yeah, Wisdom Courage. This is a great comment that we leave. And if you leave a good comment, we'd love to read it out. This one says...
Oh, we will.
The simpy feminist in orange, I was wearing red at the time, is really annoying on one of our earlier episodes. Right. Too bad, because I was enjoying your presentation, Rod. Maybe get a different co-host.
Oh.
There seems to be a perceptible difference in intelligence between you two.
Haven't I always said that? I have always said that. The simpy part, definitely.
Send your comments in via a YouTube thing or cheers at alittlebitofscience.com.au.
Not .jesus.
Not .jesus.
That should be a website.
.jesus?
Should be able to have you
I don't think Jesus. No, Jesus.
.jesus.
.jesus. Straight to Jesus.
I'm going to set that up.
Send them in, send the reviews, and give us all of it.